Hello my friends, my name is Catherine and today I'm going to be making a pattern for a circle skirt. The things that you will need to make a circle skirt is something to make the pattern from. In this case you're going to want a string or rope or twine that is not stretchy, has absolutely no give whatsoever. In this case I'm using a ball of jute that I normally make bird toys out of. You're also going to want something to mark your fabric with, something to cut your fabric with, one or the other, scissors or a rotary cutter, however you like, a tape measure, some elastic for the waistband of your skirt, and a fabric to make your skirt out of. I want to make a double layer skirt, so I've got two different complementary fabrics here for this project. The first thing that you are going to do is take your rope or twine or string or whatever you've got and tie a knot in the end, just really tightly for starting out. Then what we're going to do is need to figure out how far along we're going to put the next knot. So for that you're going to take your tape measure and measure around where you want the dress to rest on your hips. I want it above my actual hip line, but below my waistline. So for me, that ends up being about 48 inches. I'm going to round that up to 50 because the elastic will take it in a bit. So I'll just make a note of 48, and then when I'm doing the math, I'll do the math for 50. There we go, I've got it written down on my notepad. Now what I'm going to do is Google. So I'm going to open up my cell phone and Google this real quick, and you want to put in your words exactly like this. What is the radius of a circle with a circumference of 50 inches? Only in this case,
approximately 7.96 inches.
7.96 inches. In this case, you would do whatever the measurement of the height of your hips at the place that you want the skirt to rest at would be. So I'm going to put another knot down my rope, jute, twine, whatever, from the first knot at 7.96 inches. Go. There we are. Put a knot right there. And then just measure it again to make sure that knot is in the right place. And it is. Excellent. Then the next thing that I want to do is measure from that second knot that we made down the rope, twine, jute, what have you, the length that I want to make the skirt. In this case, this is actually just going to end up however long the fabric is, because this fabric is not particularly long, and I just want it to be as long as possible. It's going to, I figured it out, hit me at about the knee length for this skirt already. So then what you're going to want to do is let out as much rope, twine, jute as you think you will ever want to make a skirt length for, and tie that off and cut it below that knot. And that will give you the pattern for your skirt. Now in this case I'm going to take a marker and color the first knot that we tied red, because I'm going to be making notes on the envelope that I keep this pattern in. There we go. Circle skirt pattern envelope. So I'm going to color the first knot red. So red. Doesn't have to be super strong, just enough so that the color will stay there and I'll be able to tell it which knot it is later, because we've got a knot at both ends if you'll recall. And then I'll make a note on the envelope saying center. And then I'll put this color away, and I'll make the next knot colored like dark green, like very dark green, and I'll color that the same as well. And then I'm going to mark that on my pattern envelope as hip. There we go. And you can do the same thing for any other knots the rest of the way down, marking them in different colors and writing that marks color on whatever method you like to keep your pattern in. That way you can make sure that you keep the knots straight. So I'll set that aside for now. Set aside those and pull out just the fabric that we're cutting first. Go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to end up folding it into quarters. It's folded further than that now, but you'll get the idea. So fully unfolded, it would be a single. So folded like that, it's double, and folded like this, it's folded in quarters, where we have a single fold on one side and two folded edges on the other, and then the other two sides are all raw edges. Then we're going to take and place our red knot at the corner that has one single fold and two sides with folds, and put it right on that corner and clip it there. There we go. And then what we're going to do is take our thing to mark with, whether that's chalk or fabric fabric pen, or whatever you have that is most convenient for you, and hold it to the knot that we made, and hold the red knot down, and take and mark around in a circle. And this probably isn't showing up for you guys on camera, so let me see if I can darken that a bit. Take and mark around in a circle, turning it with that red knot clipped at the center and the green knot on that outer edge, all the way around. Perfect. So we're going to leave that there and leave that chalk mark there and not cut anything yet. It's very important, because if you cut on that line at this stage, you will lose your center and none of it will work. Then what we're going to do is scooch it over a little bit to see if we can't get it on camera. Nope, not going to happen. Just this way a little bit. We're going to do basically the same thing. We're going to hold the chalk and the rope at the length that we want to cut the skirt to, and hold our center corner and do the exact same thing. Mark around in a circle on the fabric at the length we want to cut our skirt to. There we go, and then I will go through and darken that line up as well so that you guys can hopefully see it. There we go. All right, so we've got everything marked to the length that it's going to be. The skirt that it's going to be the length of, and the circle marked out in the center. Now we're going to unclip our pattern and set our clip aside and cut these out. All right. Just take and cut on the first mark that we made. There we go. Should mostly come away. And then this should be a circle. If we've done everything right, this first piece that we cut away should end up just being a circle. And it is. Awesome. Perfect. We have done it right so far. Set that aside. We can use it for something else, I'm sure. And then take and move this around a little bit and cut on the second line that we made, the second mark. Go. There we are. And that's touching that one little spot. And then we have this piece that is 4 basically triangle shapes. And this should be one entire complete circle with the center cut out. And it is. Awesome. That is how you make a pattern to cut for a circle skirt. If you want to see the sewing of this circle skirt, I will show that to you too. I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing to the complementary color fabric that I showed you at the beginning. That is actually probably going to end up being a bit longer than this one, but that's fine. I do want it to be a bit longer to make this skirt overall longer and so that it will show out from underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, but I will see you guys all later, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, and remember to subscribe. Bye!